It's the 4th of September 2016. We've come to Harvington Hall in Kidderminster near Worcester. It's a recusant house. There's an event going on, so the car park's full. We've been told to park here in with the sheep. It's like an overspill car park, just a field. And the house is up there. Well, that's the hall over there, Harvington Hall. As you see, there's some sort of mass going on here. It's the biggest event of the year. Some sort of Catholic mass. Because that's a recusant house where they got all these priest holes where they used to hide Catholics during the persecutions, during the Elizabethan times. Right, let's see if we can get in there, Mum.
Joking. It's a lovely looking place.
Yeah. Well, that's the back of the hall. I've actually got an audio guide on me, so I can't really say anything about the place until I've listened to the audio guide.
Yeah.
Well, currently in the tea room, and that is the procession. Apparently there's some archbishop doing a mass here. Well, there's a timeline there, and it was Humphrey Packington who built the house in 1585, and this was where Catholics used to have mass, and it was banned. And it's well, if we turn around, you'll see the kitchen, a bit like Oliver Cromwell's kitchen, really. That's the oven over there with the spit. Through there, well, we'll go through there. This is the brew house, and they contain 120, or it says 155 gallons of port. Massive. That's the house beginning of the 20th century. That's the house beginning of the 21st. It fell into disrepair and has been renovated. And likewise, same there. Well, this is the spit shaft, and that weight there was wound up onto that pulley, and it was slowly released, which slowly turns the spit, which is the spit is in the other side of that wall in the kitchen, the fireplace we've just seen. And up the top there was one of the hiding places where they used to hide the priests. They are original steps that once led to a pigeon loft above the brew house. Well, I'm now in the herb garden where they grew herbs to make flavouring food and also for medicinal purposes. And we seem to be surrounded by a moat here. That is a medieval toilet, so an old-fashioned toilet, or stall as they used to call it. Well, this is the withdrawing room. The timberwork walls are 14th century, it's 1300s. Furniture's 18th century. Right, in there is a priest hole, a hiding place. In there, look, there's a cat sitting there. Now, what's this cat going to do? Sure, well, it's a cat. I'm sure it knows what it's doing. Come on, cat. What are you doing down there? And the side of that ladder is the original woodwork from the 16th century. You can see how rotten it is, decayed it is. That was the ladder used to get inside that hide there, that priest hole. Well, that's the withdrawing room in there. Just come into the great chamber. Looking out through the windows, and that cat managed to get out through that hiding place and is now outside. There he is. So he knew what he was doing. Well, this is the great chamber where they used to eat. A lot of this has been restored in the 1990s. It's very modern looking. Right, I'm heading next through there, the Mermaid Passage. Well, I'm in Dr. Dodd's library, and you see all these panels, like those two panels there. One on the left is actually a priest hole, a hidey hole. That lifts out and you hide your priest in there.
Andrew, if you don't mind, I'm going to go down here, because I can't go up those stairs again. They made me very scared.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go out here, go down the main staircase, and I'll be sitting outside waiting for you.
Yeah, alright.
Alright?
Okay, yeah. Well, that's the Newell staircase. See how old that is? Right, let's go up there. This is where Mum doesn't like these big sort of curvy stairs like you get in castles. Well, that's the mass that's taking place. Well, this is the nursery. And again, you've got a photograph of the beginning of the 20th century, before the restoration, and beginning of the 21st century. So it was literally falling to bits. Well, this is the chapel, and over there, I'm not sure if it's those two floorboards there, a slightly different colour, or whether it's that hole in the wall there, but that's certainly a priest hole. That looks like the Tower of London behind them. Right, this is the priest's room. There's something interesting on this table here. They're just the attic hiding places. That's the Nine Worthies passage. Now in there are actual paintings, original paintings from the Elizabethan and Jacobean period of the Nine Worthies. I think they're people in the Bible. Oh, and that's David. Well, obviously it's faded since then. You can barely see it. Let's walk down here. Samson. Don't know how clear this is coming out on the camera. Joshua and Pompey. Right, that's the main staircase, grand staircase now. This is the great staircase. We're going back down. This bit is interesting. They turn around, and I think these lift up. There we go. There you go, and that's another hidey hole in there, disguised as a staircase. That goes all the way round and down, and you finish at the bottom down there. Yeah, that was very interesting, that. Right, let's go and find Mum now. I've lost her. Well, in the travel lodge in Worcester. This is a very central travel lodge, no car park. There's a national car park next door, but we get a discount. We've got quite a nice view across Worcester. I asked for the top floor at the very end, nice and quiet, which is very nice of them. Look at these sort of Tudor looking houses. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, nice view across Worcester, and I think that's the NCP National Car Park there, I think. And the cathedral's behind us, you can't see that. Right, it's Monday morning, 5th of September. That is Worcester Cathedral. We've got the travel lodge right behind us. We're literally a stone's throw the accommodation from the cathedral. But we're going to go and have some breakfast first, and then I haven't filmed Mum yet. Yes, I have. When you couldn't walk up those stairs in Harvington House. You actually did go up them earlier on, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, let's go and have some breakfast. I'm hungry. Well, inside now. Paid £5 for a filming pass. Right, that's the tomb of Stanley Baldwin. Tell me what you just said, Mum.
Well, he was Prime Minister during the time of Edward VIII and Mrs Simpson.
Yeah.
And he was the one who said, we cannot have a morganatic marriage.
What does that mean, morganatic?
Morganatic means that a king can marry a lady, but she never becomes queen. She's just his wife.
Right.
But he said, no, our king must marry a lady who becomes queen.
But he married for love, yeah. She was American, wasn't she?
She was American. She was twice divorced. And
yeah.
oh, and I'm standing by the tomb.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know if you can read that. Monument to Bishop Thornborough as it looked when new. It suffered severe willful damage and mutilation. I reckon that was during the English Civil War. And, well, looks pretty okay now, actually. Oh, I say they just probably tried to smashing it up. So that was during the English Civil War, I think, that was damaged. This church supports refugees. Yeah, like hell. Well, this is what we really came to see. This is the bit that interests me. Being a running median, or nearby.
Absolutely.
Because King John is buried here. King John and Magna Carta.
John, King of England, is buried between Saints Oswald and Wulfstan.
This bit's interesting. It's a computer model of how the tomb would have looked or may have looked.
And look, there, over there is the stand-up of that.
Oh, okay. Right. Right, King John's Last Will and Testament. It's the earliest royal will to survive in its original form. and it's here in the Cathedral Library. It's a parchment document. It's tiny, only a few inches across and very brief. Now, I don't know whether we can see that. We can certainly ask. Ah. Yeah, okay, I'll come to that. Yeah, an artist's impression of the cathedral interior at the time of John's burial in 1216. Yeah, very brightly coloured back then, of course. There's a model. I was going to get a bit more filming of the outside before we came in, but it was pouring down with rain, so... Yeah, I think the rain's actually stopped now, so hopefully we can do it when we're finished. Magna Carta. That's not an original, of course. It's now, if I just turn around, that is the highlight of the cathedral. Let's step back a bit. That is King John's tomb. That's where he's buried, underneath there. Just saying to Mum, out of all the billions of people on this planet, we're the only ones on the planet sitting right by King John himself, in person. How profound is that? Right, this is Prince Arthur's tomb. Prince Arthur, of course, was the older brother of the future Henry VIII. What would have he would have been King Arthur. He died, and then young Henry became heir to the throne, and subsequently Henry VIII. So Arthur's in there. How English history would have been so different if the man buried there hadn't have died young. Right, if you're going to do a selfie, do it in style. I've got King John's tomb behind me. Man who, say, wrote Magna Carta, man who put his seal to Magna Carta in 1215.
Right, this is a picture of Andrew, looking quite old with his white hair. God, Andrew, how old are you on Wednesday?
48 in a couple of days' time.
Oh my God.
With my mate King John here.
Yeah, yeah, he's with King John here, and we've had a lovely walk round the cathedral. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and just over there is the chantry where Prince Arthur died 5 months after marrying Catherine of Aragon. Pity we're not closer to Tewkesbury, because Tewkesbury Abbey is just as interesting.
See that roof up there? They've got like a mirror underneath behind me. It's like magnifying glass. A bit like in the banqueting house in Whitehall. We'll have a look at that. Problem is, he's trying to film it without getting myself in the reflection. Yeah, that's the problem. It's quite impressive the way they do that. The crypt. Right, here in the crypt. Too much information, really. Well, we're in the cloisters now. There's a cloisters cafe down there, which we'll have at the end. I'm just going to... I don't know if that's too bright. Yeah, it stopped raining, so I can get a bit more filming on the outside. That's the chapter house. So it's a bit bright out there. And there's the gift shop down there. I'm going to buy a couple of books in there, then go and have a coffee in the Cloister Cafe. There you go, Dad. This is the mum we all know and love. Right, I've got a better view of the cloister here, although those doors are locked. Oh, that is splendid. Look at that. Yeah. I wonder what that building's called. Is that like part of the old walls to the city, or?
It looks a bit like one of the old gates.
Gates.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, straighten up. Yeah, looks like the gates to the city. Oh, hang on, even better. Royal Worcester porcelain. Mum's interested in that, but I'm not. Just walking up the ramp with Mum to the first floor of the NCP. Just, we were in there last night. Cardinal's Hat, Worcester's oldest pub. Well, that's the commandery where that was Oliver Cromwell's headquarters for the Battle of Worcester, surrounding areas. Problem is, it's closed. I don't know why it would be closed. It's Monday lunchtime, but we'll find out. Might be able to film around it. Well, look at that. It's like Harvington Hall. It closed Monday. I don't know if it's some sort of Midlands thing that everything closes on a Monday, like Harvington Hall. That's very frustrating. Never mind. Well, that's the Sidbury Canal. And that's the outside of the commandery. Let's just go and film what we can. There's no safety there, you could easily fall in there if you got too close. Well, this commandery building is actually pretty big. To give you an idea of size, boom, right the way along there. Closed on a Monday, how silly. We can go and walk along the River Severn if you like.
Is this the River Severn?
No, this is the canal, but... Well, unless this is the River Severn, I don't know.
Well, this is a canal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's the River Severn.
I've got the map, we'll have a look.
Yeah.
Use up some time. Well, we're just going for a walk down by the River Severn, being as the commandery is closed.
Oh, look at all those swans over there.
Yeah.
Those are lovely.
This is the River Severn. Yeah, it's obviously feeding the swans. Yeah, I've never seen that many before.
No, you haven't. Hello.
Hello, boys. And
There's the cathedral, I think.
yeah, I caught that in. Right. Right. Oh, I'm getting stuck in. Well, we're on the bridge over the River Severn. Yes, another shot of the cathedral, but that's the best one yet, I think.
It's lovely.
So we're just watching that, is it bargain hunt programme? The bloke was telling about photography.
Flog it.
Flog it, that's it.
Because we had our dinner.
So I've had some advice here on how to get a good shot. Now that is lovely.
Nice swans as well in the front picture.
Yeah. Tuesday, 6th of September, we are in. Show the guide, Mum, front of the guide, please.
Sorry?
That's it, we are in Chester. And we're sitting on the first floor of, I think we're in the Rose. Just to give you a shot, we're sitting upstairs on the first floor about to have a coffee. It's like that all the way up this road. More information later. Well, that is Chester, that's a map. Just go through it quickly. Around the city walls, we might do that next. The cathedral. Sorry?
I might not do that with you.
What, the city walls? Or your feet tired from yesterday?
No, they're not tired yet, but I mean, I've done it before.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm too bothered about doing it again. I might just arrange to meet you where you go up.
Amphitheatre is opposite the travel lodge. Oh, this is the Rose, this is where we are. There you go, it's an interesting town. Chester Castle. We've got Caernarfon and Conwy to do as well, so... Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to go and have a walk around the city walls. Mum's done it before. I think her legs are a bit tired from yesterday, so Mum's going shopping. There's plenty of shops up where we were, the Rose, Lakeland and M&S, so she'll be happy. And I'm going to walk around the top, and it should take about an hour for me to walk around. We haven't checked in at the travel lodge yet, and that is the travel lodge down there, funnily enough. We're parked behind me in the NCP. So let's go and do the city walls. Well, I'm guessing this is a 360-degree job, so I walk around one big circle. There's a better view of the travel lodge. Oh, I could try that. Guided tour. And that's the Roman amphitheatre over there. That's the Pepper Street NCP we parked in. Like sardines in there. Right. Yonder. I remember that from my book. I think it's called the Eastcote Clock. I'm not sure. Don't know enough about it at the moment to give a commentary. I'll see it later on though from ground level. This is a lovely town. And look who I've caught down there. Alright, yeah, I'll see you later, 2 o'clock, yeah. Well, that has to be the cathedral. I'm still on the city walls. I might as well get these cathedral shots now because I'm further back than I could get, so...
Down here?
Down here. Some information on the cathedral. It's a shame that tree's in the way. Never mind. almost expect these walls to be higher, you know, but Roman walls, you got, well, part of it's Anglo-Saxon and Norman, but you got to think of it by the standards of the day, I suppose. I've got to keep walking because people are letting me past, then I'll be stopping them again. Got a canal down there. One of the several towers on the walls. I can't do anything about it yet. But once I've got to know the town, I can enlighten you later on. Well, from the other side, that is actually the King Charles Tower. You think they'd knock one of these trees down and give you a nice shot of the cathedral, wouldn't you? Another set of stairs up. Stuck behind these annoying people here, they're walking so slow. We've actually come to a dead end due to repairs and reconstruction, so we might have to walk down and up the other side, I'm guessing. Right, heading down there. And back up there. Well, this is called Morgan's Mount. Just call that. That's the old with the new, or the relatively new. Well, that's called Pemberton's Parlour. And I'm heading that way. Obviously I'm going to film the towers after I've walked past them so I can tell you what it is. Well, that's called the Water Tower. And then that goes down there. I think that's a dead end. Because then I think you come back up here and then spin around and continue down there. So I'm actually going to go and look at that other one, that dead end. That's actually a paid exhibition in there. I haven't got time for that. She gave me a leaflet. Sick to Death, it's called. The gory story of medicine through time. Well, that's still the city wall, but it's all looking a bit more modern now.
You find the water bit for some reason.
Right, I'm on the water gate now. Again, this looks like it's having some work done on it. Let's see if I can get a shot from the side. A bit difficult, I'd have to be at street level to really get a decent shot of that. Well, that is known as the Rudy, and that is Britain's oldest racecourse. Bar over there is called the 1539 bar, so I don't know if that suggests this dates back to 1539, no idea. Well, that's an observation point. There you go, it is 500 years old, it says on there. That's where I've come from. That looks familiar from my book, that looks like Chester Castle. And I'll continue the walk down there. Yes, that is Chester Castle.
So with this
guessing that's the D Bridge. Oh, I am exhausted. This walk is going on forever. It's about 23 degrees today, September the 6th, and it's very humid. Oh. So I'm hoping it's near the end. River D. Yeah, that will be the D Bridge. And Brian and Betty live over, pretty sure live over there. Near where that church is. Brian, of course, is away in Peterborough. Peterborough. I was going to pop in and see him, I rang him up, but they're away unfortunately. Yeah, thank you for that. Bit of common sense would have applied there. Right, another selfie. And look, I'm back where I started. Whoa, hey, exhausted. Yeah, that took about an hour for me. I mean, that's obviously brisk walking, but stopping and filming. So, I normally take about an hour on average, that's what Brian told me. Now, let's have a look in the window. That looks delicious. Those potatoes over there, superb. I think we'll have one of those before we leave. Just having a mango smoothie. Just one playing music up there. This is very nice round here. Well, I've been round the city walls, we saw that earlier. I had a look round Chester town, just scouting for filming tomorrow. We're going to go to the cathedral tomorrow and film some of the town. We're in the Picture and Piano, and next door is the Travel Lodge, and up there is that's Mum's bedroom, and I'm opposite Mum. So, and tomorrow morning we're going to Conwy Castle, back here in the afternoon, Thursday morning.
To do the Abbey, the cathedral tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon, yeah. And the following day, Caernarfon Castle, and then whatever. So tomorrow is Conwy Castle and
Chester Cathedral.
Chester Cathedral. Right.
Okay, well, this is just a continuation of what Andrew was just saying. We went into the Edinburgh woolen mill again, and he bought 2 shirts and a very nice jumper. And I said, you must have got a lot of clothes in your wardrobe now, Andrew. And he said he's got 3 different sizes. So he's just been buying the largest size, but he's hoping not to wear them for very long. Anyway, we've come for he's having a Peroni, I'm having a glass of wine, and then we're going to walk up and maybe get something to eat. It's his birthday tomorrow, and I told him I'll take him out for a meal tomorrow evening.
Spanish.
He fancies a Spanish paella tomorrow, so
In a pub recommended in
in a pub recommended. We went and looked at it. It looks very, very old, ancient, and
Well, not a pub, a restaurant.
yeah, pub restaurant place. Anyway, that's it for now. Right, it's the 7th of September today.
2016, so I'm 48.
So Andrew is 48 today, and we're in Chester. So he's just come into my room to open his gifts and open his cards.
Right.
Right. He's just opened his cards. I think he wanted me to film every opening of every card, but he's a boring devil, so I've turned it off. But,
Right. Oh, sorry, who's this from? I don't know.
that's from me. I just happened to see it in a shop, and I thought it might come in handy for.
Oh, a lunch pot. It's a bit like a flask.
Yeah, you can put,
Oh, okay.
you can put some soup in there and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know
okay.
Dad says he's got one, but
No, that's
you
fine.
know.
Okay, thank you. That's a handy spoon. Oh, okay, thank
yeah,
you.
if you don't want to use it, you can
No, it's handy.
Give it away.
Sometimes I take coffee every day, but I can take soup as well.
Yeah. Just chuck that on the floor. We'll put it in the bin.
Who's this from?
That's from Sam, I think.
Oh, Olympus has fallen. Thank you, Sam. That's why Sam was asking me about that. And London has fallen. She said, have you seen that film? And I thought, no, I said, no, I haven't. And that's why she was asking me, so it makes sense now.
Good.
Olympus has fallen and London has fallen.
That's from Dad.
I think I know what this is. It's a chamois leather, thank you. Because my old chamois is falling to bits and I can use that to do the inside, the dirty bits inside the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, around the door.
Dad got himself one as well.
Oh, it's a nice big one as well.
Yeah. They said it was the best one in the shop.
Extra large, good.
And this is from me. You probably know what this is as well.
Oh, that is exactly what I wanted. That is a pulley, manual, mechanical food processor. Don't need to plug it into a wall. It's small, it's concise, it's easy to clean. Just put it like that and it does the job.
Yeah. All your vegetables for your casserole in the winter, and I'd use it mainly for onions because it's
onions, garlic and ginger in there. Done 3 or 4 times and they're chopped.
Yeah, but you can put anything in there, any vegetables.
Right, thank you.
Okie dokie. Right, we're going to have some breakfast now, and then we're going to go to Conwy Castle a bit later.
See you at Conwy.
See you at Conwy.
Well, it's my birthday, 2016, inside Conwy Castle. Actually, inside the castle now. We'll get a better shot later on from outside. It's all sorts, still different nationalities here. Americans, Germans. With lighting efficiency, Conwy Castle and Town walls were built in just 4 years. It's about as far back as I can stand. God, blimey. About as far back as I can stand this. Taxpayers concerned as royal apartments lie empty. In over 700 years, only 3 monarchs stayed in the royal apartments: Edward I, Edward II and Richard II, costing £420 from the public purse. That's over £1 million today. Edward I spent a miserable Christmas here in 1294, besieged by a Welsh army. Look how close I am to this fella. Hello, boy. Well, I've got the sun in my face here, but if I pan left. That's about as far back as I can go. We'll get a better shot later as we walk out of town. I'm going in there. Well, that's looking up from inside the tower. Right, this is the prison tower.
Oh, am I getting there? Prison tower.
Well, I've gone up one level, up the prison tower. Now I get better views here. That's down below. Well, I'm now right up the top. There's Mum down below. We've lost each other again. I've left my mobile in the car. I'm trying to wave to her, but I don't think she'll see me. She won't be looking up here. Oh, she's looking up. Is she going to look in my direction? Wave. Hello? No, she can't see me. Yeah, so right up, oh, you can actually go higher. They look higher than I do up there. I'm about 3/4 of the way up, I think. Well, I'm at the highest point, not good for my vertigo. I do not feel comfortable up here. And these walls are very low. But that's the highest point. Let's see if I can get Mum in there. You see these walls only come up to below my waist. Yeah. Oh, that's tired me out walking up and down those stairs. Now that's not what I would call health and safety. Let me show you in there. Bit of rope to hang on to.
lovely chap.
I'm at ground level now, and I can see from those people up there, it's not even waist height, it's sort of bum height.
I tried to get a picture, but he moved.
I moved. I tried to get your attention, and obviously a few seconds later you saw me, and
Yeah, and then you moved.
then I moved. Never mind.
No, never mind.
There we go. That's it really, I've seen the car. I'd like to get a shot from when we drove in, when it was all lit up by the sun.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that.
You can walk up there, we saw people walking up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got to get that shot.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I've walked away from the castle, left Mum having a coffee, because I wanted to get a decent shot. I've got the sun to my left, but as we drove in I think the sun was more behind us. But I had to get that shot. That's about, I don't know, a third of a mile away, quarter of a mile away. And there's another couple of 100 yards back still. The town is to the right, so might get another shot from the town. Mind you, the sun will be in my face if I go in the town. But that is Conwy Castle, one of Edward I's defences. I've got to get one more shot. You haven't just got the castle, you've got the castle walls as well. Sorry, the city walls as well. Well, I imagine that's the High Street, Conwy High Street. A very picturesque sort of town. Well, it's been it's my birthday. I've had a double ice cream. I had pistachio, crunchy pistachio on one side, and honey pecan or something on the other. I forget what it was called. Lovely though. Right, let's head back to Chester now. Right,
Sorry.
we're just one more shot from the other side. That's the car park. Back to Chester. We're going to get one of those big. It's like a Sunday roast shop, isn't there? They close at 5:30. They do a full Sunday roast, but you can get like sliced lamb or pork with apple sauce in a big burger and a big bat. So I'm going to have one of those. We'll get back to Chester and have one of those, I think.
Before we go on our diet.
Yeah. Well, back in Chester now, and that is Chester Cathedral. Well, it was free to get in. They were on donations only. I'm allowed to film, so I shall put a donation at the end, give them a £5 or something. Well, we're obviously in the cloisters. Well, I have to say, I don't know anything, literally nothing about this cathedral. I mean, it looks very old, I expect it is. Let's shoot up there. I got an outside shot yesterday from the city walls.
No, I don't.
Well, this has to be of the Norman period or even before it. That looks that old. I've done no research on this at all. There you go, it's about sort of, it is a Norman period cathedral. 1092 circa.
Just got the bus. It'll be quiet.
Well, it's a very impressive cathedral. We didn't spend that long in there because there weren't really any tombs of note. All right, King John is in Worcester. There's nothing of note, or nothing that we knew about in there. So we just walked around it, filmed quickly, and that was it, in and out. Plus we saw Worcester the day before yesterday, so maybe a case of see one, seen them all, as Dad would say.
It's over there! Also, His Majesty King George III is still mad! If he doesn't recover his wit soon, he'll be sent to our colonies in America! Hardly used, not a more modern! Just a few small leaks on the edge!
Right, the Roman Amphitheatre, opposite the Travelodge. Right, the Roman Amphitheatre. Amphitheatre means double theatre. Began in southern Italy and followed the spread of the Roman rule. Chester's Amphitheatre is the biggest known in Britain. It seats 7,000 spectators. It would have been a powerful symbol of Roman supremacy on the edge of the empire.
Never did. It's lovely, isn't it?
See what they've done there? They've done that painted effect, make it. They painted a wall to join up with the actual wall. Well, they're doing this in Chester as well. I saw this in Worcester. Maybe it's a countrywide thing across, you know, or unless it's a northern thing. There's 3 1/3 pints of different beer to try out. Mum's having a standard house red, and we're in this pub. I can forget what it's called. I'll look it up.
Best when I went to in Bolivia. Like,
Right. Well, we're in the Bear and Bedit pub. That's it in the book.
bottle of beer.
And it dates back, well, it was inherited by the Earl of Shrewsbury in 1584.
Because the altitude's so high.
There's other details there, but that's how old it is. I'm going to do a walk around Chester tomorrow, and I film this again from the outside, along with many other buildings down here in Lower Bridge Street.
Because of the altitude.
We're in Lower Bridge Street in Chester. I'm on my second beer. San Miguel, drink. There's Mum.
And this is a message for Dad. Andrew's just taken me to a pub and we've sat in the gritty, dirty little corner. Horrible. And I said I was going to tell Dad that he took me there.
Well, you saw the 3 1/3 pints. You saw the table, but you didn't see the surroundings. So that's what Mum's talking
It was
about.
horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Full of spider webs and. Ugh.
It was ghastly. And Dad said I reminded him of Mrs. Bouquet. Michael said, sorry.
Andrew said, get it right, 3rd time lucky.
Yes, Michael. I wasn't very happy in that dirty little pub, and there was 3 drunken men sitting there as well,
All with beards,
all with dirty beards. They'd
and
just
strong Scouse accent.
Scouse accents. They'd all just come back from some Bolivia.
The culture, they knew about different cultures and, you know.
Yeah,
food.
it just wasn't very nice. And I said I was going to tell you, Michael, so I'll tell you again when we get home. Anyway, Andrew's happy sitting there having his birthday pint.
48, 48, 48.
I think that's my fingers in front of the telephoto lens, whatever it is. He's 48 years old. We're going up the road in a minute to a nice little pub.
Oh, you put your shirt in
Oh, yes, he bought that shirt in Edinburgh Woolen Mill.
Edinburgh Woolen Mill, up the road, yeah.
And he's bought a jumper the same as the one I bought for you.
Stop moving the camera about. It's all over the place.
We're going up the road in a minute to have a meal, which I've told him I'll pay for, but I'm nearly out of money. So, but that'll do for now. Bye.
Right, this is point number 3 in the Coach House Inn, up the north end of Bridge Street. Hello. Right, my turn.
Right, this is a continuation of what Andrew has just been saying. We're sitting, as you can see, outside this lovely pub. This is just what Andrew likes to do. Sit outside a pub and have a pint and order something to eat. So he has ordered...
Toad in the Hole. It's a Yorkshire pudding with blue cheese sausages, mustard mash, and I bought some sesame and honey glazed carrots.
Carrots, lovely,
Christmas,
lovely.
Christmas, right, birthday.
Yeah,
dinner.
that's true. And I'm having fish and chips, and I've had enough wine, so I'm having a big glass of water. And that's all.
It's the 8th of September and we're off to Caernarfon. We've just gone past Conwy, which is there, Mum's finger is.
Oh, my castle.
And we're heading towards Caernarfon. Well, Bangor first and then
down to Caernarfon.
Caernarfon. I just thought we'd pull over by the side of the road. It's very noisy out there, so I'm not going to get out, but there's a lot of these massive hills, or mini mountains really, and we're driving through tunnels, expensive tunnels.
Cut into the mountain.
Cut into the mountain.
Because the mountain goes right down to the sea, doesn't it?
That's it. So it's quite impressive.
Very.
Not got the best shot here. It's the only place we could park, but as you see, there's the sea over there. So I'll do it for a minute because it's very noisy out there. But yeah, we're heading off up there.
I wonder what they are up there.
Well, those walls up there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they're holding the mountainside up.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Right. Okay. You filming?
Yeah, I'm just... this isn't terribly interesting, but we've driven round and round this blooming town trying to find a way where to...
There's no sign for the castle.
No sign for the castle at all. So we're just taking a quick picture as we're going past, looking for parking.
Right, we found a parking spot. I'm just going to give you a quick précis of Caernarfon. Caernarfon and the Prince of Wales. Edward's son, the future Edward II, was born in 1284 within the precincts of Caernarfon Castle and was presented to the people of Wales as their prince. In 1301 he was formally created the first English Prince of Wales. In 1969, almost 7 centuries later, Prince Charles was formally invested at Caernarfon by his mother Queen Elizabeth II as the 21st Prince of Wales. Right, arguably the finest castle in Britain, built by Edward I as the seat of his royal government in North Wales. Well, I'm just going to praise you this. Okay. One of the 2 main gatehouses, the King's Gate, has been cited as the supreme British example of the immense strength of medieval fortification Oh, here we go. That's what I was interested in. The masonry is banded, imitating the walls of Constantinople. That's right, because David Starkey said something about that.
Oh.
5 great doors and 6 portcullises, all covered by arrow loops and murder holes.
We can see those, can't we?
Yeah, yeah. But that's it. The Queen's and Chamberlain Towers now house the Regimental Museum of the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. Right, let's get a parking ticket, a coffee, and let's go around the castle.
Okay, okay. I've got to get in the back just to get my camera.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's the sort of main square in Caernarfon, which looks very continental, very French. We're just looking for the entrance to the castle. Well, that's the top half inside. That looks very familiar. That's where I think Prince Charles sits up there and gets inaugurated into being Prince of Wales. Seen the photos of that. And that's the bottom half. That's it really, but there's plenty of towers and things to go up into. That's the entrance there. Just give it a 360 pan, that's the top half again, that's the castle. They've got the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. Is that spelled right? In there. Oh, 6-foot colours. Oh, there's lots of middles in here. Let's just walk round. It's these typical steep castle steps and narrow steps as well, which Mum doesn't want to come up here, so I can't blame her. I'll do as many of these castles as I can before I get too old, because I think when I'm older I'll have trouble going up the stairs. Right, I'm going to just give you an example. Lots of middles, suffice to say. Well, it's like something out of a Zulu film. Oh, check this out. That's me. They're quite big, these hats. And that's a modern one. Right, museum down there, so we've not actually got started the museum yet. That was just like a reception area. Well, that explains that. Is it an S or a C? Welsh is the oldest English way of spelling Welsh. Throughout the years both forms have been used, and during the Boer War or Great War the official spelling was Welsh with an S. Army Order No. 56 of 1920 confirmed that the official spelling should be Welsh with a C. Well, that's an arrow slit. Right, so there's no photography there. Well, I'm going to have a sneaky film in here. Well, that'll be a Zulu shield. The Ashanti exhibition. That's the Boer War.
new technologies were making an appearance.
And that's modern soldiers. They're right here, that one.
So do you have to pay to go up there?
Oh,
Is there a nasty staircase to get up there?
I wouldn't say it was a nasty staircase, but it was, you might not like it.
Just a few steps to get up.
Yeah. But that whole wing I've just shown you there was the museum. All in there, there's tons of it. And I've got a few sneaky shots, there was no photography. Edward II was born in here. This is the Eagle Tower, the greatest of all the towers. I'm going to see if I can manage to get up to the top. Right, let's get a view from the bottom.
Pearl ring, symbol of unity. Unity. Girl rod, symbol of temporal womb.
Right, we're most of the way up. You've still got that, well, that tower there, or one of the others. We're filming each other. Yeah, Mum wouldn't have liked these stairs. Well, I'm up the very top now. I don't think you can go up the other two towers. So that's why I can't see Mum from here. She's down there somewhere. I'll get a break from the wind so I can do a commentary. These walls are actually close to chest height here, unlike Conwy Castle. It was a bit nerve-wracking up there. And it's back down there.
Eagles. That one is the one that you can kind of still. Alright, I'm heading down.
Well, I've just called Mum on the phone, told her to stand by the poppies. So she's getting a photograph of me. And I'm zooming in on Mum. Oh, hang on, where are you? Down there, Mum. That's it, because I'm doing this one-handed and trying to wave. Oh, there she is. That's it. So I'm just filming as Mum. There you go. I'm right at the very top. Is she doing me again? There you go, let's come back up. And let's just get try and get the sun out of my face. Oh, look at those hills over there. That is quite a spectacular view. It sounds like there's military aircraft around here. Like when I was up that one, not the other two. can't remember if I've done that already. I probably have. Well, I'm now stood where Mum was stood. And I was up that one there. That's why I was stood right there. So you couldn't go up the other two turrets. That's just as high, that one. It doesn't look it from here, but it's just as high. Well, I'm up the other end now, up the top, looking down. Might even go up there and get a better shot. Sorry about the racket. That's the main square through a narrow slit. Outside the castle now. Caernarfon apparently is historically known for its slates. As you see, this is all slate along here. Right, back in Chester, I'm just going to do a quick tour of Chester. If you look at those roads there, you've got north, south, east, west. They comprise most of the significant buildings in Chester. I'm going to start on Eastgate Street at the Eastgate clock, which is over to my right. Right, that's the Eastgate clock up on the city wall. I actually walked underneath that when I first came here. That was erected in 1899 to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Victoria 2 years earlier. That's Brown's department store, founded in the 18th century, became one of the best known shops in the north of England. I think Debenhams have got use of it now. Well, that's the boot in. I think you've got to go upstairs to get in there. During the Civil War, it was used as a meeting place by Royalist troops, and a musket ball behind the bar was taken from a joist during restoration work. So an actual musket ball from the Civil War. Once dealers discussed their prices for cattle prices, and no doubt ladies of ill repute discussed theirs too. It's still on Eastgate Road, on Eastgate. These are known as the Eastgate Rows. Right, that's right at the middle of town. That's known as the Cross. Dates from 1407. But the parliamentarians knocked it down in 1646. Parts of it remain hidden, but what's left was restored there in 1975. And that's where the town crier makes his proclamations. This is what we saw yesterday. Right, well, I'm on Eastgate Row, upstairs. Well, that is the boot in, and it is a real dive in there, and it's like walking on one of those old western bars. You walk in and everybody turns and looks at you. I don't really want to go back in there. This musket ball, it's about half the size of a golf ball, and it's behind the bar in a display case. So, yeah, you can just take my word for that one. Not going back in there. Well, that's Northgate Street. That's the Town Hall, which is a Gothic-style building, opened in 1869. I'm right by the cathedral, and I'm going up Northgate Street to the right now. That's the coach house inn. That's where I had a meal last night. Well, that's the Pride Ball. I think I filmed that before. Well, I'm not sure actually, but it's one of Chester's oldest coaching inns. Residents of the Recorder in 1553, and for the most part, dates from that century. That's the Bluebell. It's a well-known restaurant, and it's Chester's sole surviving medieval inn. There's another view of the town hall. Here, look at this, Dad. A dedicated cheese shop. Well, that's the cross down there, and I'm upstairs on Watergate Street, on the Watergate Rose. You get the picture? You know, step out the sun. There you go. Right, I'm up the far end of Watergate Street. I'm talking loud because of the wind. That's not the most interesting of the various streets, apart from one thing. Ye Old Custom House. That's called the Custom House Inn. Sailing ships and barges plied their trade along the River Dee until the end of the 19th century, and this inn, as well as the old Custom House opposite, are reminders of Chester's maritime connections. And that's the actual old Custom House building, which is part of a church actually. Well, I'm in Bridge Street now, and they're called St Michael's Buildings, and it was along there, those rows along there, we had our first cup of coffee when we first arrived here in Chester. And up there is the Grosvenor Shopping Centre. I don't think it's worth filming, but I'm going to have a look round there. Yeah, that last shop was only a shopping centre. Still in Bridge Street. That is known as the King's House, formerly an art gallery built in the 18th century. And that statue up there is Charles I. Well, that's a view up Bridge Street from Pepper Street, down the bottom. If I turn around 180 degrees, that is Lower Bridge Street down there, and that's my final part of my film. Right, Ye Old King's Head. The reputedly haunted inn dates back to 1622, and the ship's timbers in the dining room are a reminder of that Chester was once a port. That is known as Tudor House, dates from 1592. Well, that is the Bear and Billet. That's where I had a drink with Mum last night. She didn't like it out the back. This was owned by the Sergeants of the Bridge Gates. Was inherited by the Earl of Shrewsbury in 1584. When the tolls were sold to the corporation in 1664, it was rebuilt and became the Bridge Gates Tavern. And by 1710, it became known as the Bear Inn. There's over a thousand pieces of the glass in all those windows. The grandmother of John Lennon of the Beatles was born here. That's the Ye Old King's Head from further down. You see how the upper floor juts out, which was very typical of buildings of that time. If it wasn't for the Great Fire of London, we'd see a lot more of that in London. 9th of September 2016, we're at Warwick Castle. Oh, there it is, Warwick Castle.
Flight of the Eagles is on now. We'll hop round there quickly.
Okay.
He was actually trained up at our base up in North Yorkshire.
And there he was, well, battered by the wind and rain and understands how to use his body. So on the end of his wings, he's got primary feathers. They look almost like fingers at times, and they bend and divert the air underneath his wings, and that's all he looks like he's really enjoying himself. But actually, he's working, and he's been trained to fly around. If he was a wild bald eagle, then most of the time he'd actually be sitting on a broken limb of a tree, overlooking a lake or a river, and he'd be waiting for a special set of circumstances to arrive, and that's usually a fish or maybe an injured duck or something like that on the surface of the water, and then it would fly there in a straight line towards that fish or duck and then grab it and pull it off the surface of the water, and that would be job done. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you know we've got the River Avon down there. It is very well stocked in this bit of the river, as it's not been fished for about 30 years, and you might think, well, you might be doing a bit of fishing, but in the 15 years that IT has worked here, he's caught absolutely nothing. And that's fine, that's okay. We're not really interested in getting IT to catch anything. He's supposed to be flying around where we can see him. To be honest, when he's gone a long time like this, it is a little bit of a problem for the bird show. When we first came to start flying, he helped us get more visually from the show. We've got these trees down here, maybe not that old building over here that's been hit on this yew tree hedge, and then he's going to work his way down and come and land on it. In the normal circumstances, I suppose IT, who was trying to pull a fish off the surface of the water, would really smash in at high speed and grab that fish and pull it off the surface of the water. But if he's going to land nice and gently on the end of my arm and get a reward, then of course he's going to do that without hurting himself. So he tends to parachute in. IT is a bird that is 15 years of age, and at 15 years of age in the wild, he would have a girlfriend. He would hold on to a territory. That's somewhere where all of his food could be found, either a certain section of a river or a lake or something like that, and they build a massive nest. And IT is 15, he has a girlfriend that's 10 years his senior. That was a bit serious at the time when all that got to try and bully it and kill it and try to make sure that obviously the first one survived. Anyway, let's give IT a really big round of applause. He's very, very, very well. IT's getting paid. Going to move on to now that IT's gone is Bruce, everybody. And Bruce is actually a blue Chilean eagle or grey eagle.
Right, we're inside now. We're just coming through that gate there. Well, inside the staterooms. Oh, there's tons of big spear things up on the walls. It's very like Windsor, actually.
I'm lucky that my two boys...
It's very like Windsor, isn't it?
Some sort of progress.
That's Robert Dudley, whose tomb is in the local church outside.
We hope we're going to have time to see.
Yeah.
I do believe my wife has been having similar discussions with her.
She certainly has been very excitable for this evening.
It's, you know, it's been a home for generations, hasn't it?
Mum's just explaining why it's looking very Victorian, because it's been a home for generations, yeah, so...
I think it still is. I think it's still the seat of the Earl of Warwick, or the Duke of Warwick.
Oh, like the Queen lives at Windsor Castle?
Yeah.
Right. Right, this is the Great Hall that I filmed earlier. The state apartments were upstairs, where we've just been.
It's in here somewhere, but
some face masks for Oliver Cromwell, I think.
Okay. '18th century brown bess, they're called. Yep, there's Henry.
Guys, okay, do not touch anything. Come, let's see those.
Right, this is the bed that Queen Anne died in.
So I hope that's given you an insight into some of the rooms we've got actually.
That ring there is believed to have belonged to Anne Neville, wife of Richard III.
Okay, me, Rone, I'm here, obviously, and then you've also got.
This is the chapel.
Who was Frederick, Prince of Wales, the son of?
No idea.
We're right there. We're right there because we got the turtle.
You got a good close-up.
Yes, we've got a very good close-up of Andrew. His true self is coming out now.
I didn't get that drunk last night.
Good.
Stuck up.
Put you off your feet now.
I think they give you a history in there, the Time Tower.
He earned a reputation for fighting like a lion and was nicknamed the Devil Warwick by the French. Right, let's see who's next. Robert. Robert! Oh, hello, cousin. Move over, you oaf! Well, are you going to help me, or do I have to do everything around here?
The next owner was Thomas Beecham's son, also called Thomas, the 12th Earl of Warwick. He oversaw the completion of the medieval towers, although he didn't enjoy his father's military success. Then there's Francis Greville. He was a great patron of the arts and commissioned the famous artist Caernarfon to create 5 paintings and 3 drawings.
George Greville, who owned the castle in the Victorian times. In the 1890s, the Countess of Warwick kept a zoo on the island, including a baby elephant. After George's ownership, the mill was converted to an electricity generating plant.
Just suddenly occurred to me there's over 500 steps. I really don't fancy that, to be honest.
Got his mate though, didn't he? Oh, mate next to him. We're getting closer. Hey! We gave him a knock, but we want to see him go, don't we? Hey! Don't worry about him, he loves it, he loves it. So look, so that's sort of demonstration. Okay. I let go instantly. It's called snapshot, okay? Try and push the bow, which is called the stepping, towards the target. Now sometimes the arrow will lift, sometimes it will go left, sometimes it will go right. And sometimes it goes exactly where you want it to go. All arrows will fly, hence they go up and down. They never go flat, they never fly straight. Getting sweat on now. There we go.
Bullseye.
You group your
That's the maze. Right, just got the castle behind us. And there's the church, St Mary's Church, where Robert Dudley is buried, yeah. Well, that looks like the Houses of Parliament. That's quite a big church. It's more of a cathedral, that is. It's massive. Well, this church is more of a cathedral. It is absolutely enormous. Well, that flag was flown in the face of the enemy at sea about 60 times from 1914 to 1919. Part of it was shot away in the Battle of Jutland. Amazing. Well, there's a few historical famous people here. This one here is the tomb of Robert Dudley. That's where he's buried. He was the one that Elizabeth I fancied but never married, is that right?
His first wife was Amy, and she fell down some steps and broke her neck.
That's right.
And because of that, Elizabeth could never marry him, really, even if she'd really...
Because it looked like it was all set up, yeah.
Yeah, so she couldn't marry him for obvious reasons.
And she wanted to be married to England, you know, she didn't trust, yeah.
So, anyway, he eventually married one of her ladies, Letty's Knollers, and they had that little boy known as, his name was Robert, but he was known as the Little Imp. And he died before and was buried in the corner.
He's buried over in the corner over there. Okay. All right. So that's Robert Dudley there. That's the boar. Is that which, that's something to do with the Wars of the Roses, the boar. That represents one of the houses, does it?
The boar, I think, isn't that the motto and the thing of the Warwicks.
Of the Warwicks, right. Right, so that's the crypt downstairs. Right, we're down in the crypt now.
Yeah, sure. You can see how old it is, can't you?
Yeah. Now through the gate and turn right. I'm just going to get one final shot. And we're heading to the Travelodge now, Stratford-upon-Avon. Well, we're down the road now in Stratford-upon-Avon. Sort of 15 minutes walk from the youth hostel. There's the old girl. This is where William Shakespeare was. I don't know anything about it. Where he was born, where he lived, I don't know. That's called the Shakespeare Centre. And that's the High Street.